Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Healthy Living with Regina Tete, where it is all about what? Health promotion. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. So it is Friday and it is story time. I thought we should begin with this story because without this story, I won't even be in the medical school at all. Yeah, so after SHS, how to further my tertiary education was an issue. You'll be like, oh, but your parents are there. Well, I come from a family of 10. My mom, dad, and then 8 children. And there has always been this financial difficulty in the family. My family was not the typical, there is money for breakfast, money for lunch, money for supper, or if you need money, come for money and buy this. I mean, like with ease. There wasn't that freedom, that ease in the family when it comes to finances. No, it was more of the be thankful you have even had something to eat today kind of a family. So you have an idea, right? Good. So after SHS, there was this difficulty to further my education. I thought I had to do something. So I thought I'll sell, I'll do a few things to gather money for tertiary. So I was like, what if the money isn't enough? What would I do? The plan was to borrow money, to go for a loan. Okay. After 2 years, my money wasn't enough, I was going for a loan. I was so excited about tertiary that I just couldn't imagine myself sitting at home for more than 2 years without tertiary education. Well, that was me. Yes. So basically that's it. So I got to work, I was selling my airtime and everything. And one day, a sister called me. She was like, she has this news for me. She said she went to a funeral, and then during the conversation, a guy friend of hers mentioned that he has heard about an organization that sponsors needy but brilliant girls to have their tertiary education. So I was like, really, in this day and age of 419? Please, to those of us watching me from US, 419 is like, someone lying to you, deceiving you, taking money from you, but not doing whatever it is they say they will do if you give them the money. Okay, so they'll take your money, basically that. So I told her about this and she was like, we could give it a try. I asked her where this guy headed from. And then according to her, this guy friend of hers said he heard it from someone in the neighborhood. So I was like, the way this thing is becoming someone said, would this actually be credible? But in trying to give it a try, we got the contact of this neighborhood guy from this guy friend of hers, and we called the guy. The guy was like, oh, it is true. He even gave us the interview dates, gave us details about the organization. He was like, he mentioned the name CAMFED. So I was like, what does CAMFED even mean? So he gave us the full name, Campaign for Female Education, and that their office is located here, and that if we do not believe, we will have someone confirm. So I have some relatives in the central region, so we asked them to kind of confirm, but they also couldn't come up with anything. So that kind of even heightened my doubts. But then, like I said, we are trying. If it got fishy, we are going to get out of the whole thing. So after he has given us these details, lo and behold, it was true. So I filled the form, I went to fill the form, I went for the interview, and everything was true. But then, being the doubting Thomas by then, I was still doubting. So I came home and went about my daily business, selling my airtime and everything. One day, I was on the way to the pharmacy to go get some meds for my mom, and then my phone rang. Hey! It was a new number. I just picked the call. The person was like, hello, I'm this and this and that. I'm calling from CAMFED. I'd like you to know that, yes, you've passed the interview and you'll be coming for orientation here and here and here. Hey! Charlie, the emotions that day. I was so excited. I entered the pharmacy, bought this drug. I rushed home to go and tell my family about it. Could you imagine? Even upon all that excitement, because of some of the bad things we've heard about, people lying to people, deceiving them, they'll give them scholarships and not giving them, I was still doubting. So I told my mom about it, but then I still went about my daily activities. Yes, so the day came for this orientation. So I went for this orientation and everything was fine. And yes, when we were returning for the orientation, they even gave us laptops. So actually the scholarship covers laptop, school fees, stipend, camp meetings and everything. I was so excited when I got back, and they actually told us to pay for the school fees when we get admission. Okay, we should pay for the school fees, and that will reimburse us. Yes, when I came back from the orientation, I got admission. I didn't hear from UDS. Tech gave me a course that was nowhere near anything I wanted, but I got admission from UHAS to study nursing, and I didn't want to go. But then after making inquiries, I realized that after nursing, I could enter medical school with a nursing degree. I could apply to study medicine after that. So I accepted, and then I went to UHAS. So when I got to UHAS, I just couldn't wait to receive that alert on my phone. So I was there still thinking, see, they gave us laptop and everything, but doubting Thomas. Upon all that, how to believe that it was even a problem? So life was going on in UHAS, we're on. And then one day I was there, Access Bank alert. They created account bank for us and everything, Access alert. I had received my stipend, and the school fees had also been reimbursed. The way I shouted for joy. Hey, this was so exciting. I had the contact of this guy. I called him and I told him about it. He was so happy for me. He was so happy. And see, one thing is, when we met him when we called him the very first time to ask him, to make inquiries about the whole thing, he was like, we asked him if he was part of the organization, but then he said he wasn't part. So we asked how much he was going to charge for telling us. He said no, we shouldn't dare send any money. So this is something he just felt that's how he could be. He just felt that's how beneficial he could be to society, to other people. So we shouldn't dare send him any money. Like, we're like, oh no, this and this. He said no, he doesn't like that, and now we shouldn't. And I was so shocked when he said that. So after I got the money and everything again, I called him. He was like, he's just so happy for me. He's so happy that at least he's been of use to someone. Could you imagine? That's what I'm saying. There is so much good in the world. This is someone that just wanted to do good. And see how beneficial it has been to me. So I just wanted to share this story, so you are also inspired to touch anyone's life in any positive way that you can. So yes, life in UHAS continued. I completed UHAS, and then after that, I applied to study medicine at the University of Ghana Medical School. From next week, God willing, I'll tell you some of the things that happened in this application. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you're actually inspired. Do have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.